Good morning, my beautiful friends. I hope you're all well, happy and healthy. My word of today is invest. Invest. So yesterday I talked a little bit about my experience and my investment in learning to be a counsellor and learning about self-development. And I've thought about all the hours and thousands of pounds that I've spent training, constantly learning about my field of expertise. And then I thought, well, it would be interesting to talk a little bit about what counselling, why people come to counselling and how it's changed over the last few years. As I said, it's becoming a bit more open and people actually refer me on now, and they say, oh, I've been to see my counsellor, and they actually say counsellor, and they actually park on the drive. So there's been a big change in the last 2 years. And probably about 60% of my work is trauma related. It could either be divorce or relationship problems or abuse or redundancy, lots of or bereavement or some kind of illness. So lots of life-changing events. But probably about 40% now of my work is accountability. A lot of people now come to a counsellor or a life coach or whatever you want to call it to keep their lives on track. Because maybe their lives are going really well, but they just need a little bit of extra help to flourish and to reach their next goal or find their meaning in life. So there's a real nice balance now that I find in counselling. And I kind of get stuck on that word, counselling. When I look at post-traumatic growth, they call it, Tedeschi, the psychotherapist, would call it an expert companion. And I really actually quite like that. Somebody that is there not to tell you what to do, but to listen and to just let you explore your inner world. With counselling, it's all about being really honest, so congruent, being authentic, having unconditional positive regard for that person, and believing that that person can self-actualise, can actually, become the best person that they want to be. And that's really what counselling's all about. It's about the client experiencing their own self-development and where they want to go and learning all about themselves. And so if they're getting stuck in some kind of ever-turning pattern where they keep getting into the same relationship, or they keep getting angry over something, or they keep getting depressed over something, it's about a place where they can learn really when it's really back to the bones, to love themselves. That's really what I feel counselling's all about the person, the individual, starting to learn to reparent themselves and to love themselves. So it's a real safe place where people can do that. So there's a real change now in kind of self-development and counselling, and I think I really feel now it's people are starting to invest the time and the money in themselves. Like they might go to the hairdressers, or they might go to the dentist, or they might go to the gym. So for example, you can go to the gym and you can look at all the machines, but if you actually don't sit on there and do the work, or the yoga mat, or the put your trainers on, go for a walk, your body's not going to change. And that's a little bit like counselling. You can read all the self-development books that you like, but if you actually don't sit and do the exercises in the books, they work. If you don't sit and if you just read them and then put them on the shelf, they're not going to work. You have to sit down, you have to do the exercises. So there's loads of ways now to access therapy. There's lots of charities. So if you've got a particular problem, there's loads of charities that offer free counselling. There's iTalk, which is self-referral, so that's telephone counselling. There's loads of books. There's loads of free courses. So I suppose my word today is invest, because it's about the investment in yourself. You don't necessarily have to go to a counsellor, but you can go to the books, but it's about doing the exercises. So yeah, just thinking about investment and investing the time in yourselves to be your best possible self and not be afraid of therapy and counselling. Can't even speak. Anyway, I think my talks are getting longer. I'm so sorry. They'll be short again tomorrow. Lots of love and spend some time investing in you. Big kiss, guys.